Thinking of playing Boots and Saddles from the Assault series. So the Soviet headquarters here is going to allocate the 2 operations points available. They're in visual contact with the platoons there. So 1 operations point to change formation for all units in that hex, from movement formation to combat formation, and then a 2nd operations point to move 1 of those platoons. I guess I don't have to say anything more than that. So the 2nd operations point is for movement and combat formation. Yeah. So right away, I think the Soviet platoon there has to survive opportunity fire. They're close enough so that they can be fired on in the first hex that they're visible in, this woods hex that they move forward into. So the only, by the way, there should be, at this scale and scope, there really should be a difference between opportunity fire and regular fire, but there is. Each step is limited to a rate of fire of 1 per hex for opportunity fire. So because when I start marking off ammo, that's got to change everything. But right now I'm not doing that. So platoons have unlimited ammo. So I just went ahead and used the same M1 platoon there, 2 steps. So I think that they do get 1 shot per step. 2 steps there. They rolled a 3 and a 4. So unless I'm missing something, the next platoon got smoked. So now I'm thinking what's going on? Am I doing things right? How can the Soviets advance? Well, the first thing I can think of is maybe I should have waited a whole nother turn and used an operations point to use battle drill to move the 2 platoons together forward, which was really just presenting more steps at once to take losses. Maybe that's it. I don't know. It's hard to... Oh, wait. No, that was opportunity fire, so the Soviet platoon didn't even get a chance. I'm going to push on. It's possible I'm missing something, but man, this is... How do the Soviets advance? Oh, and by the way, with the hit number -2, those actually would have been 2 hits per... Well, 2 hits per hit. So even if I had moved up those 2 platoons together, they all would have been annihilated from a single American platoon just conducting opportunity fire. Something isn't right here. Okay. Oh. So what am I to conclude here? The introductory scenarios are not for any type of play at all. The introductory scenarios are only to exercise the mechanics, in which case it's just a shooting gallery for the Americans. Okay, so what are the Soviets supposed to do? If they keep feeding units through the woods, they're going to get blown away. I mean, it's just... I don't see how that is going to work. So what do the Soviets do? Does this company pull back here and get up on this high ground? Set up a support by fire position? These are long, it's 2.5 kilometers to the Americans. That does not make sense. The Americans outrange, the M1s outrange the T-64s by 2 hexes, by half a kilometer. Not to mention the fact that if the T-64s get back here for these long-range fires, presumably they're not going to have they're not going to have the penetration to get, well, it would be frontal armor for these ones. Might be able to pick off this platoon. But anyways, penetration, I mean, Soviets come back here, they can do nothing to these, the majority of the American company. Are the Soviets supposed to come down here and come up through the urban area here? The urban area, in fact, does, certainly in the basic game, in the introductory scenario, being in the urban terrain here does absolutely nothing for you. Nothing at all. It's might as well not be there unless I'm missing something. So now, by the way, this is a great little hedgehog defense now. So the only way the Soviets can get all the Americans with their flank armor is if they attack this way. 180 degrees opposite of the way the Soviets were coming. So they could, in this introductory scenario, truck all the way around to attack that way. But that's not fun, because clearly the Americans would have another battle position with supporting units on their flanks. So two things. One, I'll review the rules before I play any more the introductory scenario. I need to do that, and maybe the conclusion is the introductory scenarios just aren't, like I said before, for any type of play at all. Yeah, because if there isn't spotting and there isn't ammo supply, that's the other thing. In this introductory scenario, why would the units ever use anything but their very best rounds, which has, maximum and incredibly high penetration? Why would you not use very best ammo? Yeah, but even then, I mean, the M1s are simply significantly better than the T-64s. Why on earth would these even go up against each other? I don't know. I really don't know. And the other unfortunate, very unfortunate thing, to return to my rules issue, is that I was reminded when reading this again that up here in the hit procedure, it actually does say roll the decimal die. If the number rolled is equal to or less than the base chance to hit, the fire attack results in a hit. And that's how I was playing it before. And then there's this part down here, which is very odd. If this is supposed to be for the whole anti-armor fire rule, why is it repeated again differently? Why does it say what I just said up here under hit procedure, and then down here, after the final hit number is determined, that is, okay, roll the die. That's the same as roll the decimal die above. A roll equal to or less than the hit number means the target unit suffers 1 hit. Okay, that's effectively the same as the sentence above, except that above it says a hit, and here it says 1 hit, and then it has the sentence about 2 hits. Yep, so much for what I said about the rules earlier. So, wow, I wonder if I'll ever be able to find any useful, meaningful examples of play anywhere for this. This is one of the reasons why I'm making these videos, because these great classic war games have essentially no examples of play. There's no way to know whether you're playing these right or not, unless you go knocking on doors and find some elderly wargamer who played this for 25 years straight. Yeah, I'm getting frustrated. Roll the decimal die, results in a hit. And down here, so what is it? Is this supposed to be just for missile fire? Is it missile fire that has the potential of being super lethal? And is that only missile fire? Why is it? Hit procedure is explained perfectly fine here. And then they have what is essentially another hit procedure down here, which is clearly not the same. But again, the indentation here aligns to hit procedure up here. So if you take out all this text, then it's very confusing, because you're going from one clear paragraph to a second paragraph that contradicts the first.